I am Ann Frances Lambert, 3rd District Richmond City Council representative here in this area.
And I'm Paul Manning, City of Richmond Parks Recreation Management Analyst Senior.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little about what you got going on today?
Well, today is Maggie L. Walker's Service Day. So we have about 50 plus volunteers out serving, specifically in 4 different service projects, 2 cleanup projects. One is west of Maggie Walker's house, and one is north where we are. And we have 2 community garden cleanups. One is at the Charles Gilpin Community Gardens Farm, and the other is 6 Mount Zion Church Community Garden.
What do you think this means for the community?
Well, I think it means a lot. It means that the community is invested, but not just the community. People outside of the community are coming to invest, to give back, to beautify, to recognize the life and legacy of Mrs. Walker.
Tell me a little about the history, if you can.
Oh my goodness, there's so much history here in this area. Right now we're standing on Benjamin J. Lambert Way, who was my father, who was an optometrist in this community. My family, we've had this property since 1966, 12 years after they put a highway through the Jackson Ward community. This area was called Apostle Town, and it was rich with homeowners and entrepreneurs in this area. And when the referendum was voted down twice by the community, they still put the highway through an African American thriving community. So as a result, this north of the area lost a lot of resources, was disenfranchised, went through redlining. But now with the Maggie Walker St. Luke building behind the Benjamin J. Lambert building, there's a lot of history that the youth need to know and understand. There's 22,000 enslaved African Americans that are buried right over here on 5th and Hospital Streets. We just had a dedication about a couple weeks ago about that, learning that this is sacred land. You know, this is an African burial ground of 22,000 enslaved African Americans, 32 acres here in the city of Richmond, spanning to 3 to 4 districts. And so being the representative as well as a resident here in the city of Richmond, knowing that history makes me proud to be out here every day to clean up trash. So clean up the trash, help beautify the community, and that's what Maggie Walker was, a great role model. So I'm just following in her footsteps and just ecstatic that AmeriCorps is out here today doing these service projects, which is definitely needed in our community.
That is awesome.
He's like,
we all good? Sorry about that.
Okay, good. Because I'm like,
no, you're
like, don't get me on the road talking about Apostle Town, because that's
know
what I
that.
like.
Yeah, we
and
can talk
that's
about
the
that.
thing. And so there's more history over here. This is the first Black orphanage, which is right behind us, which was renovated. And then also across the bridge was the first Black Catholic, it was convent for Black priests and nuns. So we both are in the Catholic church. We grew up together. Paul and my older brother David played tennis down at the courts at Battery Park. So this whole area has a lot of rich history. A lot of great Richmonders lived in the North Side area. But Maggie Walker was a pinnacle, just icon here in the city of Richmond. And anything that we can do to continue her legacy and let folks know about the history is what we need to do. So
that is absolutely fantastic, and everything you said was great.
Okay, good.
Great on camera.
I'm
You're
like,
great.
I
know you
so
were, but you're
like,
good.
I was not planning this. Like, I'm not camera ready, but it's like it's all for Maggie Walker, and
right.
it's like, look, it's at the end of the day, this is real Richmond, and I am Richmond. Grew up here, you know, seeing how the community just didn't get the resources that it needs. So once I got in the office, I made sure one of the leading issues over here is the Calhoun Center. So now the city of Richmond has acquired that funding to be able to get that from Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority and really work to get the necessary programs in place and restoring the pool. So that's what the youth wanted. So that's what we're making happen.
So making good changes.
Yes, positive, great changes.
And the last thing I'll ask you guys before I know you're taking precious time.
No,
You're
you're good. You're good.
Is if there's anything you could say to Richmond about either what's going on or about anything you want to tell them in general, what would it be?
well, I think post-COVID, with the trauma that occurred, we can look to her, we can look to Councilwoman Lambert as people of vision, people who fight through with tenacity, perseverance. And that's what really this city, this Commonwealth, this nation is about, that we the people can come together and make a difference. So there's a lot of hopelessness right now. There's a lot of desperation. We all know with escalating prices regarding homes and food, that coming together like this reminds us that we are connected, that we do work together to make a big difference, and we can make a bigger difference corporately than just individually. So.
And I would also say that, you know, Richmond has gone through a lot of change. You know, we went through the bringing down of the Confederate monuments. A lot of our African American neighborhoods have been gentrified. So we encourage inclusiveness, but also folks to be neighborly. You know, you're moving into an area that has rich history, and folks are coming in just being negative. And we don't need that, and we don't want that. So to continue Maggie Walker's legacy, we all have to come together. We all have to be community and one, and
That's
work
right.
with each other, and not utilize biases and race as a factor. Because that was a big issue here in the city of Richmond. For a long time, we dealt with just black and white issues. And now with Maggie Walker, her legacy showing about entrepreneurship, home ownership, those are things that our community needs to see, especially in this area. So whatever we can do to come together, I say let's do it.